Welcome to Sovereign Citizen Legal Encounters. All right, today we're going to be in Thurston County's court where there's a sovereign citizen that I covered a few months ago where he was yelling at the attorney and saying all kinds of things before the court proceeding started. Well, he was due for a competency hearing. That competency hearing was just done recently. So that's going to be the second hearing. So I'm covering both hearings in case somebody's come through that hasn't seen it. And if you want to see it again, there's no harm in watching it again. It's all part of the same case. All right, so let's go in. Let's go.
Elton MacArthur, did you have a question? I see your hands raised.
Mr. Who? No.
Parcel?
No. Mr. Christopher.
Christopher. Understood. Mr. Huston, I'm sorry, Mr. Christopher, can you still hold?
Why would I do that?
I should get your contact information.
I'm not interested in being in contact with you.
Oh, okay. Well,
Nor do you represent me. I'm gonna make that very clear right now.
understood, just to,
And then don't speak when the case is called.
sorry, Mr. Christopher, can you still hold?
Why would I do that?
I should get your contact information.
I'm not interested in being in contact with you.
Oh, I'll leave that to you. As far as the county is concerned, I've been appointed to represent you.
For what?
In the criminal trespass and obstruction charge.
Oh, because that's the first time that's ever been mentioned in open court
Okay,
with me present.
okay, that should have been made, you should have been made aware, well, I guess,
Yeah, there should have been like an arraignment.
well, and that's pending. There's another procedure that's been started that we need to get through first. If you want to step out, we can talk about it.
No, thank you.
We don't have to. So that's kind of where we're at today.
Yeah, I know where we're at today. I've
Understood.
been doing this almost 500 days, man.
Understood. Yes. Part of the reason I like to contact you is because you get through this next phase. You don't get through.
It's not gonna happen. That's the whole point of this. That's why it's taken so long. You guys did it 1077 without me present. Without me even being heard.
Sure.
Okay, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a procedure that doesn't require your presence.
I'll be back with it.
Now, whether you agree with it or not, I understand, but that's the situation. And that situation in order to-
Here's a little reminder of like what a court can do and cannot do.
Well, according to Washington state law currently, the court's able to do this without.
Oh, really?
And in order to get past this step, I need to be able to coordinate with the people that are gonna talk to you and yourself so that we can get that set up to do it. If you want to move on, then we have to get through that step. I understand that you maybe don't want to or don't agree with it.
See, this is what, here's the garbage of what you're trying to tell me right now. Literally 1 year, 3 weeks, and 1 day ago, when I was in courtroom 3 with Samuel Meyer, he's the one who actually gave anything substantive in this case to me, as far as information is concerned.
Well, if you
And what
want to talk
he
to it,
said,
how are we supposed to
hold
do
on, hold on. What he said was at any time, the 1077 can be withdrawn.
Well, I can't withdraw it if you won't talk to me.
I've talked to everybody. Why would I continue talking to you guys? You guys are going to be a future defendant. I've made that really clear. Samuel Meyer has everything that he needs from me. And here's the biggest problem. Tell me what the 1077 is about. Is it about allegedly I didn't want to go to court or I didn't want to talk to anybody? What the do you call this?
Well, I understand.
That's me in court, right? In jail.
Well, I understand your position on that. Just like being new to the case, I'm not privy to that.
Well, now you're hearing it.
So I've basically got two options here. I mean, either I can give you the, well, I could give, if you'll provide me with your contact information, I can give that to
You guys already have it? Nobody's giving me a letter. Nobody's giving nothing.
Okay, but I've seen like situations where you've refused to receive the mail. That's not true.
Who said that I refused to receive mail?
That's
Mr.
just my-
Mr. White,
I just want to remind you that this is not confidential. Everybody can hear this. So I just want to remind you. Okay.
And that's, I asked him if he wanted to step out and talk and at any rate, if nothing else, I can facilitate communication between you and the people that are supposed to do that. But I don't have to necessarily do anything else, but we have to get past that phase in order to move forward on your case.
I want it withdrawn and I want to proceed on my own without an attorney.
Okay, well, then you and I will have to talk because I'm the one who has to.
So
request
let's
it.
see here. Let's name all the alleged attorneys that have been part of this case that I have spoken to personally. We got Stillwell, we got Kale, we got Lesh.
Okay, and again, I'm not privy to that. I don't have any of that information.
Mhm.
And if you want me to request to withdraw that, then I need to talk to you about it.
So as you just heard, he's been through 3 attorneys. He's on the 4th one. He wants to get rid of that one. That's normally the sovereign citizen tactic.
And if you don't want to talk to me, then I don't really have a choice.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm just gonna ask that volume and behavior is acceptable at what court has going on. And
Okay.
At some time, if you become disruptive, we're gonna have to ask you to leave. So
I get it.
I'd like you to be as efficient as you can. and
I
as
get
much
it.
done as
Trust me, I
possible.
don't want you dragging me away when I
No,
got
nobody
came, man.
dragged you away,
It's gonna hurt. It's gonna
Once the
hurt.
judge is in here, he might ask.
No,
you.
no. Me and Paul, we know each other.
Okay.
I've been doing this a really long time with them. That's,
Alright.
you know,
I'm just checking in on. just letting
okay.
you
No,
know.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate it.
I appreciate your appropriate behavior as well.
Okay, absolutely. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
So basically, just that if you want me to also withdraw the request, then I have to really talk to them. Find out what the reason the request was submitted for, and then make a decision based on that. Now, when you represent yourself, it's not necessarily grounds for that request, but yeah, I don't know what's requested.
Neither do
I just hear allege.
And
But-
that's what I'm saying, like, unless I don't have the information I need to move forward. Otherwise, I mean, I guess, maybe you could potentially make that. For yourself. And the court.
We already talked about that in September.
So I guess the question is. How would you prefer to go about it?
I would prefer to go 1077.
Okay, but when it comes to what I'm saying, how would you prefer to go about requesting to withdraw this?
I can do it in writing.
Okay.
If the court will accept, because I've already tried to give paperwork to the court, they didn't accept it. Or at least it should have been filed because it was delivered in open court. But Sam Myers had to take it.
No, I mean, we can request to address that.
That's fine. I would love a second hearing to address that. I would love that.
Why don't we do that so it's not on this, you know, procedural, everybody comes in for candidate. And we'll just try to set up a time where you can come in and you can address that.
Okay.
Yourself.
That is-
We can sort of that out.
Cool. I would love that. I would love separate hearing.
We'll just request that. Interesting. You know who's assigned to this case, you know,
Andrew.
Andrew Wolf.
Mhm.
So can you shoot him a message and just say we're gonna request a special set hearing to address this for Christopher's 1077 evaluation? That's what we do. Fair? All right.
For the record, Isaac, me, him. That's a hearing,
No,
Okay.
I understand.
but it's not on the record. It happened November 13th. It's not on the record.
Have you submitted any public records requests for the audio of the hearings?
I already have them, man.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. The funny part is nobody told me once that these things were live streamed on YouTube. I already knew that. I've captured all of them.
Well,
Every single hearing I've captured from YouTube.
so that's one of the things that we should probably talk about outside of court. So again, offering to step out and speak with you if you want. Or even just step back into the back corner and speak, but we'll lower the volume sound.
I'm good.
Okay.
Okay. Everything that you want to have a conversation with me about can be right here.
Well, I mean, part of my role is to inform you as to your rights and help you protect them, so.
Well, you'd be the first.
We'll call Mr. Dobson. And I guess we could also call. Yes. Oh, Miss, you are here. Okay, we can call Miss Gwynn as well. I wasn't seeing her, but I was. I just keep saying Hobson. I'm sorry.
I was about to say, I was like, wait, I don't see anything.
Yeah. That's the second time today I've made that mistake. After, earlier this week,
Oh, yeah.
it's-
Last 2 weeks is nothing but that case, right?
yeah. What was that date when you said? The date of the hearing, you said wasn't.
The one that happened in custody was November 13th, 2023.
Oh, it's written down in the record. I don't know.
Really? They changed it, huh?
You said it was November.
13th, not 30th. 30th did happen. I was there for that. That was the first out of custody hearing that I had.
Well, if you want, we can talk about that more. But if you don't, that's fine too.
I think what we can settle on is asking for a separate hearing.
And that's fine. We'll do
Okay.
that.
But just remember, this isn't a matter of you representing me. This is a matter of me trying to cooperate in terms of
Well-
work with the court and everybody to get this resolved.
Well, and
I guarantee nobody else really wants to continue seeing me. And it doesn't matter what happens at or after a trial.
So
We can get this done.
So here's the thing. Again, as far as the county is concerned, I've been appointed to represent you.
That's,
So if I say it that way, I'm not necessarily saying that you're accepting the
I
representation.
understand that.
That's just me trying to clarify the record
Yeah,
as to what my role is at this point.
yeah, I get that.
And then if at some point you want to represent yourself and the court finds that you're able to do so, then they'll allow you to do that. If you want to stand by counsel, you can have an attorney appointed
Mhm.
to assist you with interpreting the law
Mhm.
and maybe preparing your case.
Mhm.
You don't necessarily have to work with that attorney, but that attorney is basically provided to answer any legal questions that you might have. And you probably have plenty of information on that at this point as well. So those are thoughts for that hearing and move forward from there.
Now, the attorney's trying his best to work with the sovereign citizen, but the sovereign citizen doesn't want to work with him. I'm sure the attorney's trying to cover himself because he does have a legal obligation to work with him until he's no longer assigned to him.
Please. Okay, Mr. White.
I guess we'll start here with Mr. Christopher. As he's listed on the docket as Mr. Christopher Hartzell.
Mhm.
I have been appointed by the county to represent Mr. Christopher, although he has expressed that he does not want representation. He has a pending 1077. He's been advised by the court that that can be requested to be withdrawn at any time. And he would like to request to do that. However, that might take a little more time than we have on today's docket. So we're asking just to set a hearing where he can address that. And that's my case and Mr. Holcomb's case and Mr. Christopher's case to address. I suspect, how much time do you think you'll need, Mr. Christopher? Half an hour?
Plus for a hearing?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure a half hour would be fine.
So if the court has a half an hour that we could set that for, I suppose at the court's convenience, obviously as soon as possible.
Well, okay, we still don't have the competency assessment
We
yet.
don't, Your Honor, and that's kind of the situation. is
Right,
that, if Mr. Christopher doesn't want to communicate with me or the hospital, and he wants to represent himself.
Yeah, we
we're kind of
had
in a bit of
this,
an impasse.
we had this discussion already and a ruling on it. And the ruling was that we're not going to make any determination about self-representation until after competency is determined. We had the whole discussion previously, and nothing's changed. We're not going to revisit that.
I still object to it.
That's fine. You don't have to keep saying it either. You objected one time and that preserves it forever.
Cool.
So keep in mind that if you said it once, it's been recorded and you don't have to keep saying it.
Excellent.
Could we possibly set a hearing then just to address how to move forward?
We're going to set a hearing to determine competency, which we have, that is a threshold issue that we have to do. A person who's not competent to proceed cannot represent themselves either. So we're going to determine that first, and then after, and I've explained this to Mr. Christopher, after we've determined, assuming that we determine he's able to proceed, then we'll proceed with the potential of self-representation. But all of those advisements and that have to occur, and the understandings that the court has to find in order for a person to be able to represent themselves can't be done until competency has been determined. So I just want everybody to keep that in mind, that will be the procedure, and we're not going to revisit that over and over again. So we've got to get to the point of the competency determination first.
I have one question for the court. What exactly is the 1077 over?
Couple of months. Yeah. I'm sorry, what was that question?
What exactly is the 1077 order about? Why was the order, sent off to Western State Hospital?
Well, generally what it's about
Mhm.
is it's an order from the court to conduct an examination, in this case of you, to determine whether you are able to proceed in this case.
So why?
Because there's been serious doubt raised by the attorneys interacting with you that you may not be able to do that. And it would be a violation of your rights to proceed with a criminal case against you if you were not competent to proceed with the case.
And what is being alleged? About
the crime that's alleged.
Sure, yeah, we'll
or-
start with that.
Well, the crimes that are alleged are trespass in the first degree and obstructing a law enforcement officer.
Okay, that's the first time that's been said in open court, other than Samuel Myers saying trespass. I heard Samuel Myers say trespass, obstruction.
That's still one of the charges.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what is it exactly that they're having doubts about competency? Like what are they alleging? Because what I heard from Samuel Meyer is that somebody has alleged that I didn't want to talk to anybody and that I didn't want to come to court.
Well, that may have figured into it. I don't
What do you call this? I went to court.
I'm glad you did. Yeah, I know you were here previously because we've talked about this. Okay, so what we're gonna do is.
Yeah, we talked about this while I was in custody.
We're gonna get that evaluation completed, and we'll reconvene on that issue on May 16th at 9 o'clock.
So I don't know. If anything changes, feel free to give me a call, because I don't have to advise you, but we can have a conversation.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
All right, you're good to go, Mr. Christopher.
For the, I believe that was the Hartzell matter, correct?
Mr. Christopher, yes, Your Honor, it is on the document, Mr. Hartzell.
Thank you. Mr. Christopher, I'm going to grab the other judge on the agenda, or we'll resume the court shortly. Thank you.
You can be seated.
So Mr. White, where are we at?
This is Mr. It's on the docket, it's Mr. Hartzell, Mr. Christopher, Your Honor. I was planning on coming here and orally arguing to have the 1077 order rescinded. I submitted a quickly drafted one-page motion.
Is he scheduled to be here?
He was scheduled to be here at 9 o'clock. Your Honor. He's Mr. Hartzell on the docket.
I don't see it on the docket for some reason. Oh, this is good. Okay, give me that. That's in courtroom too. Give me a minute. I've read the motion. Are you still asking that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
I believe that the court has had enough time to speak with Mr. Christopher to show that he is capable of participating in his own
I haven't
defense.
said anything. Unless are you talking? Who are you talking about? Me?
He mentioned that Your Honor was presiding over a hearing that he had some time ago.
I believe that was February 21st, 2024.
Okay. Well, yes, it was. Well, that was over a year ago, 15, and I see from the docket that that is true. But you know, we have, as you can see, we have many cases a day, and I hope you'll forgive me that I don't specifically remember that, but I don't. But that was like 15 months ago, and I frankly have trouble remembering who I talked to a couple of weeks ago.
I also look a little different.
All right.
Lost about 60 pounds.
And I can elaborate, Your Honor, as well.
Okay. So, okay, and then we can withdraw the order of 1077. Speedy trial will restart today. Let's go forward.
Understood, Your Honor.
So, state have any comment?
Your Honor, in the absence of a 1077 evaluation and having no personal knowledge of Mr. White's client or his well-being, I guess the state is a little hesitant to consent in this case. We would simply object for the record, but obviously,
I don't, Mr. White appears to know him well, had contact with information, and I don't see any point in. I'll grant the motion to, I guess we'll strike or withdraw the motion for the 1077 order. And could you let Elizabeth know she can contact Western State? We're going to give you a new court date.
I don't have an order finding competency would be required, Your Honor. And I just wanted to reiterate for the court.
Okay, I'll put on the record that I'll make a finding of competency based on his recommendations. If you want to prepare an order, you can do that. Present a presentation, get it to the court. And this time I will remember, and I can sign that.
Understood, Your Honor. Just as I'm sure the state knows, I believe a 1077 order can be requested by the court, the state, or the defense. So if it
I'm aware. And so again, if you want, I've made the ruling. If you want to present an order, if you feel an order is necessary, the docket will indicate that. That's fine. And then we're going to give you a pre-trial date and a trial date. It'll be 90 days from today.
want to represent yourself.
Okay, Mr. White, we're not doing that today.
No, I understand, John.
We'll discuss it.
It seems like this attorney's trying to get away before things get started again.
So today is May 16th. August 14th. So going backwards, trial is August 6th and 7th. We'll do confirmation on July 25th. We'll set a pretrial date. About June 27th. So you're going to get a court date for June 27th. You folks know how to contact each other and get a hold of each other?
Yes.
He has my contact information.
All right. Oh, okay, then plea of not guilty will be entered. That's right. We'll do an arraignment also. And then that's pretty much it. So you have, I don't know whether this has been explained to you, just for your information to be helpful. You have a warrant out of Lakewood Municipal Court. Are you aware of that?
We discussed this the last time, and I specifically told you that I would honor getting that matter settled. I have actually been to Lakewood Municipal Court. On November 13th, 2024, I sat 2 hours in vet court to get an audience with the, I believe it was a pro tem judge at the time. And she allowed me to just leave. So I don't know what's going on with it.
Well, I can tell you that you need to contact the court, and walking into court and just talking to a pro tem judge is not going to help you. You need to contact the court or the administration and basically say, how do I take care of this warrant? And they'll give you instructions to do that.
I believe
Every court, and I'm not quite done yet.
Sorry, sir.
Every court has a different process for that. I can't speak to Lakewoods. And so now you wanted to say something?
I believe what the dilemma was, because I was attempting to speak with the clerk's office before I actually went in there and sat for almost 2 hours. JIS was down.
That's a bummer. But you need to, I'm just telling you, you need to take care of that warrant somehow. That's all. That's the end.
Also had plenty of contact with law enforcement, so I don't know what the deal is with that.
Well, maybe I can help you on that. This is for another criminal trespass case. A lot of times law enforcement, if it's non-extraditable, they won't book you on that. But the case is still alive. It's from 2021 and it needs to be dealt with. Mr. White, could you come up and give him a notice? I'll step off. Just the conditions of release or just don't have any criminal law violations and make all your court dates. You may go.
Thank you, sir.
Well, it seemed like that attorney is very anxious to get out of there so he doesn't have to deal with this guy anymore. But we're going to check out the next hearing. I'm going to try to look out for it, see if I can get it. And then we'll see what goes on later down the road. So we got a little bit of waiting time. But I appreciate everyone who watched. Thank you. Have a good day, evening, or night. And see you around on the next one.